The postpartum recovery, no one really talks about it. They just tell you, oh, have a
Mm,
baby to be nice. Nobody tells you what postpartum is really like. So people talk a lot about labor and delivery, but not so much about the recovery. What part of recovery caught you off guard? Hello, good day. So today I'll be going to my friend's place. I'm going to her store to get a content for you people. If you people know the heights that I go to give you quality content, oh my god, it makes me so happy that I'm able to give you relatable content and content that that makes sense, right? So join me as I welcome my friend. What's on at the back? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I
yeah.
have a guest here with me. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Valerie Kebele, Mrs.
Good. Thank you so much for joining me on today's
You're
episode.
welcome. Thank
So,
you for coming to interview me. I'm honored.
all right, thank you. So today I want us to talk about motherhood. She's a
Okay.
mom, by the way,
Mhm.
and the topic today is first-time mom or first-time experience as a mother.
Okay.
So I have some questions I've written down here, and I would like you to give us your honest opinion about them. All right, so let's go. The first one would be, how did you feel in the first few weeks after giving birth? Were there any feelings that surprised you?
Apart from being happy, of course, you'll be happy like you've dropped the load.
Yeah.
Seeing your child alive and you also alive and well, it's a very good one.
Okay.
So of course that happiness will be there. Then the tension, the stress, the pressure, everybody putting up and pressure on you.
True.
Do this way, do this that way. It wasn't easy. Me, I'm a very kind of very easygoing person, but that period was really stressful, like
It was
coupled with the
mentally
fact that
draining.
yes, very, and coupled with the fact that my BP was kind of high, so I was
Okay.
struggling so hard not to like have emotions that will boost the
The
BP
BP again,
further,
yes, I
yes, so
understand.
that
I think
I will stop my drugs and everything. So it wasn't easy. I would not even lie. It was a stressful period. Emotionally, I mean, I'm not the kind of person that cries. I don't know how to. Sometimes I pray, can these tears just come out
oh,
so that I'll
okay.
feel okay. Sincerely, it's not easy, but
Okay.
you just
I
thank
know
God.
for a lot of people, theirs is they'll just burst into tears. Like for
Ah,
me, that was my own
I
coping
wish I
coping mechanism.
could.
I would
I
cry and cry and so hearing that you don't cry,
It
okay,
was so
that's a lot.
during pregnancy, like a
Mm.
couple of times I cried and I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, can
I
you
could
imagine?
cry. Like even my family, they tell me, just cry, Val, cry.
Let's sit
So
out,
during
really.
pregnancy, like two times, like
Mhm.
three, yes, sometimes like that, I cried and I was really
Okay,
happy.
that's good.
But after giving birth, man, it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
It
it's true. I
wasn't
think the
easy.
first few weeks, Kai, I don't know how to describe it, but it's
Mm.
really, really chaotic if you
Yeah,
ask me.
yeah.
That's good. So, did you experience moments of loneliness even when you were surrounded with people?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I'm an introvert normally on a
Okay.
normal day,
Okay.
so I don't like my space. So when I'm even alone and maybe the child is sleeping and the rest, I even that's my best moment.
Okay.
When I'm not receiving visitors
Okay.
and the rest. Me, I don't really like visitors. I would not even like, but you have to
So you
because
love
it's a
your
joyful
space.
yeah. So
True, definitely.
I never felt lonely. I even liked being alone.
Right, so, our next question will be: many moms talk about postpartum mood swing. 1 minute you are crying, the next minute you are laughing and you're happy. Was this same experience for you?
Yes, not the crying part, like I said before,
Yes.
but I was not feeling a little bit rude to people around me. It's quite funny, but I know I'm not a rude person, but there are some things I do or say. I was like, when I would go back and say, oh, what did I just do? Hope I wasn't rude. And that was real. Like, I was like, this is not the kind of person I am
Mm-hmm.
actually. Some things will happen. Maybe somebody will come say, do like this, do this, and I will try to defend or answer the person. But somebody came to me, my younger sister told me,
Okay.
and I had a big mommy. She told me,
Mm.
don't worry, anybody saying anything, just say okay, yes. Just say okay, yes. So that really
Mm.
helped me on the long run.
Okay.
So I stopped trying to defend myself and I will
Give
now go
answers
back,
or
yes, or
explanations.
explanation. I will now go back and say, oh, hope I wasn't rude to this person. So it really helped me. Just say yes and
True.
okay to every statement,
Yes.
every advice. Just say just for your sanity.
True.
So it
I
really
think
helped.
after I had my first baby, a lot of people come with their advice.
Ah,
So instead of saying, "Oh, let me do," I just say, "Okay." there's something Igbo people used to say that yes doesn't cause trouble
at all.
So let's just keep saying yes.
It really helps me.
So you will now decide what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I
Yes.
think that's very valid. Okay, so there's a myth of sleep when the baby sleeps. So before becoming a mom, what was the expectation about newborn sleep?
Okay, I was already used to the sleep part because I had friends that had babies and they already told me their experience. I was ready for that part. Yes, I was prepared. And like I took care of my niece, so I already had an experience of that sleep. It really works. It's true. When the baby is sleeping, even if it's 1 hour, 30 minutes, try to sleep while the baby is sleeping. It works. But then that's when we want to carry our phone to check our messages, check what's going on Instagram.
Or
then when you are ready,
do something for yourself.
and then when you're ready to sleep, that's when baby wakes up. It's just like I don't know. It's always a coincidence. So it's really true. You need rest. Sleep when the baby sleeps. It's true.
All right. So if you could give one sleep-related tip to a new mom, what would that be?
Sleep when the baby sleeps. It works. Don't think it's a joke.
No, I think this thing doesn't work for everyone because for someone that they don't have any help or anything, probably that's when they just want to let me quickly fix a meal for myself, not even for the family now, for myself. Let me do this. But in all honesty, it's very important we sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yes,
because
true.
The work will not finish.
True.
That's the truth. The work will not finish. As long as there's a child in the house, there must always be work for you to do.
You need to take care of your health. Very important after giving birth. So when you have people around, use them. Don't be scared. Use them.
All the help you can get.
So when the baby sleeps, sleep. Or even if the baby is not sleeping, any little help you get, let someone hold your baby. You need that rest. Very important.
Yes. So please rest, new moms. It's very important. Don't play with it though. Okay, so the postpartum recovery, no one really talks about it. They just tell you have a baby to be nice. Nobody tells you what postpartum is really like. So people talk a lot about labor and delivery, but not so much about the recovery. What part of recovery caught you off guard?
Recovery was kind of easy for me. I didn't really have issues. Because I went through the CS procedure, so I really have had a surgery before, so it was very, very similar. I knew how to take care of myself already, so I really didn't have issues recovering. But the part that really was really challenging was breastfeeding. I had sores and the rest. Nobody really talk about that part of I won't call it recovery part, but that's still part of postpartum that nobody talks about. That breastfeeding and the soreness and the pressure of feeding the baby. Everybody say baby is hungry, feed this baby, feed this baby, feed this baby. So they don't know what you go through. I didn't really have issues recovering though. I didn't really have.
There's a lot of pressure to bounce back quickly. Let me say a quick story. When I went my last antenatal, I met a lady. She was also coming for antenatal, and then she was already planning how she wants to tie her tummy, how she wants to bounce back quickly, how her husband is already telling her, putting pressure on her.
That's the thing.
So in my head, I'm like, you have not even had this baby. You're already thinking of how you want to come back. You don't even know how your body is going to react to labor and delivery. And the husband's already giving her that pressure. So she has that in her mindset that she must bounce back anyhow, whether she's passing through pain or not. So I think there's a pressure there. So was that the case for you? Did you feel any pressure and how did you handle it?
I didn't feel any pressure. I don't even pressure myself on bouncing back. The bounce back will happen naturally. I don't really pressure myself. But I had a couple of people telling me, why is the tummy still big? You didn't tie your tummy. Then I'll be like, I had a CS. They advised not to tie your tummy. So I just allow myself, though I'm not even done having my kids. So when I'm done having kids, I will bounce back. I will so now I'm not even pressured. My husband is not pressuring me. I don't really have people. Just few people then coming in and say, your tummy is still big after 2 weeks.
Those are really strangers. So
yes, so I didn't really stress myself because I'm not really into that bouncing back. I know I'll bounce back naturally.
So aside from the CS, but I did have a CS, but I am not particular about my first baby. I didn't tie my tummy. Second one, I did not tie. Your body is doing a lot. Yes. Like your body. And sometimes when I look at my tummy, I'm even glad that my tummy has even gone back in to an extent. So your body will definitely go back with time. You just have to give yourself time. So it's important that partners don't put their partners under such pressure. It's very crazy important. Because when I heard her talk about it and how her husband's already telling her you need to, I felt bad for her. I felt so sorry for her because
you buy a lot of products that will not even work, that might not work.
And then I watched a video that this tying of tummy someone tied tummy and then
Mm.
gave her some uterus related sickness or
Yes,
something.
yes.
So that was my scare for not even time. So I didn't even bother.
Though you know, is part of the old school myth.
True,
It
true.
really helps. We don't even know if we really, or maybe they actually were going down, like maybe the tummy was going down naturally, and they think it's the time that is
Yes,
helping.
exactly. Our tummy
You know what
goes
this
down
means?
naturally.
Naturally.
Breastfeeding takes your tummy in. Once your child is breastfeeding well, it helps your tummy go down. I
Yes,
use myself as an experience
yes.
because in that first 4 months and 6 months, your tummy will do well. So please, no pressure. And if
And
they're
another
giving you
another
pressure,
thing, another thing I read, I think a
okay.
friend sent it to me on Instagram. She was like, that's the womb takes time to heal, almost 2 years. So
Yes,
I feel
true.
all this time, and it's not really good for that thing because the injury you get while giving birth is large. So imagine time putting so much pressure. I just feel everything comes, it just happens naturally. You don't need to
So please give
overstress
yourself
yourself.
grace and give yourself time. Everything will align with time, really. Thank you so much, Valerie.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so another question I'd like to ask is about breastfeeding and formula.
Oh, I already threw a little light on that.
So what's your initial plan for feeding your baby?
Ah.
Do you bank on breastfeeding all through or you plan to use formula?
Okay, me, I'm an advocate for breastfeeding. I was
Okay.
once a health journalist, or will I say I'm a health journalist? I like
Okay.
health. So then we advocate for breastfeeding. So when I had my child, thank you, Jesus. It's an opportunity to show the world what I was advocating for. Even my younger ones, like my friends, I told them breastfeed, try.
Important.
Though it's not easy. I know that there's so many factors why some moms cannot breastfeed, especially for that 6 months mark. But it's very, very important. Let me advocate here now.
Yes, please.
It helps the child grow well. Though I'm not judging anyone. If you can't, everybody have we all have factors why we cannot breastfeed. Some medical reasons, some work related, so many reasons. But if you can, try to give that child at least 6 months and beyond. Me, I breastfed till 1 year, 6 months. That's when she stopped herself. Though 6 months you start complementary feeding, but breastfeeding is very, very good for our young ones. Very good. So I didn't do formula for the first 6 months of my baby's life. I breastfed throughout.
All right, that's cool. So what advice would you give a new mom struggling with feeding guilt? So maybe some of them are feeling like, oh, I'm not able to breastfeed, and
No,
feeling
you should
really
not feel guilty. It's not your fault if you sincerely have something that is making you not to breastfeed. Some don't lactate well.
True.
Yes, no, people body differs, so you don't pressure yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Do you understand? Maybe the baby understands actually. Just do what you can do. At least your baby should eat and feed. That's the most important thing.
Exactly.
So don't pressure yourself if you can't breastfeed all through. Formula is there. That's why it's there.
They are rich formulas.
Yes, exactly. So your baby will not even know on the long run. So just do what you can do. Don't beat yourself about it.
Yes, so new mom, please don't feel guilty. Your body, like I always say, is doing a lot. At times you might not even be lactating because of the emotions of trying to be okay. So please, no pressure. If you can do formula, why not? Take the formula, get the healthy ones. They are there for you. All right. We're gradually coming to the end of this. Okay. The next part is moments that make it worth it all. So despite all the challenges, what has been your most rewarding moment as a mother?
Having the child. I waited for this child for 5 years. She came exactly 5 years of my marriage. So that was always my assurance. I was like, okay, this child came at the right moment. Yes. Nothing should spoil my joy. So that was what kept me, even till now, that's what is still keeping me moving and going. So
okay. So if you're a waiting mom, just know that it will happen. It will take time, and the waiting phase is not it's not funny. But if you have the right support, you can walk through it. And of course, there's God.
It's not easy at all, but just know that your time will come.
Definitely.
My time came.
Yes, so and we're all sharing her joy.
Yes. Your time will come.
Definitely. Okay, so what was one milestone your baby reached that completely melted your heart?
When she started walking. She's very strong. She grew up, she met all her milestones very early, but that walking part, she would stand and hold things, walk around, play. 12 months came, she said we have 1 year birthday and she wasn't walking yet, and we're all concerned. When she started walking, like let's say a few weeks to when she clocked 14 months, she started walking. She just surprised us all. I was even sleeping, so she was with her dad in the sitting room. They were still awake, like 12 a.m. I started hearing him. He was so happy, and they were like, "What was happening?" I came out and I saw that she was walking. I was like, "Oh,
I can imagine the joy.
it
Were
was
you able to
so."
cover that moment?
Ah,
Did you
he
remember
did.
to
He
get
did.
okay?
Actually, I'm sent to everybody. Every our friends, our family. He sent the video to everybody. It was really beautiful. But I started reading. When is the child meant to walk? Some people say from eight, and when the child gets to 18 months and the child is not working, then you go to your pediatrician. I'm like, hey, but this girl should not get to 18 months. Oh, what is this? So that few weeks to 14 months, she started walking. I was like, at last. At last. It was really funny but very beautiful. We could not even sleep because she was enjoying herself walking from one part.
I'm sure she should like this thing I've been trying to do. I finally did it.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. It was really
So
beautiful.
please, moms, there's no pressure towards your child meeting their milestone. I think every child has their own development
pace, yes.
stage. So just allow your child. Don't compare. Don't say, oh, this one is already doing this at this time. No. Yours is going to happen at his own time. It's a natural process and all of it. Okay. So what's one thing about motherhood that surprised you in a good way?
In a good way. Everything. Everything about motherhood. Just being a mother is surprising already. So every single thing, like looking at the child every day, she came from me.
Exactly.
He came from me. You understand? Everything is surprising. Everything in a good way.
True.
So
then how has being a mom changed your perspective on life?
I'm more careful with everything I do. Cleanliness. You have to clean because of infections. You have to be very careful how you do things because of the baby around. Like everything changed.
You're even looking out for yourself more.
You don't want to hurt yourself because you don't want your baby to be alone. So you just everything changed.
For me, I think that part of looking out for yourself more. There are some things you overlook normally, but now that you know that somebody is dependent on you, you'll be like, oh no, I have to do better for myself.
As a mother, you even have to be a very fast thinker. Oh, my baby eats.
True.
Especially that eating part. Hey,
what would he react to or he or she react to?
Exactly. And you read a lot. You tend to read more. It's really beautiful. Let me say that.
So, okay, I think in my own, what really helped me, aside from the I'm part of taking care of myself, would be making food for the kids.
That food part. You put carrots and potato.
You will see yourself blending rice. Why are you blending rice?
And you cannot eat it, okay?
No, I can't.
But this little one, it's just to help them.
There was a recipe I made one day. I tasted. I'm like, no, I can't.
Not at all. You combine this and that. You have to puri.
It's healthy for your child, and that's the only way you can introduce them to
solids.
Solids, yes, and then the important nutrients they need. Because I saw a mom that was like, baby turned 6 months and started eating solids, so she reduced giving him puree, and then when the baby fell sick, they said the baby was shortage in blood. So doctor advised her to inculcate that puree because the child needed all those nutrients, fruits, vegetables especially. Very important. So she had to go back and still dwell on puree. So that thing really stressed me. And my first daughter, she's a picky eater. So every time if I'm not blending rice, I'm blending beans. Sometimes even till now, exactly. There are some things I still have to blend for her. Like if I want her to take broccoli, I must blend it. That's the only way she can take broccoli. So I think it's really an interesting experience for us because we turn to chefs, we turn to doctors, we turn to nurses, everything. Once you become a mom, you are all in one. Mothers, kudos. No, seriously, kudos to mothers. You are doing a lot. Thank you so much for all you do for us. Thank you so much, Val. This session has really been very insightful. And thank you for joining us on today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's very important that you share because there are new moms looking for someone to share this kind of experience with them and for them to have an idea of what they are walking into. So please do well to share. And the last question would be, what message would you like to share with new moms or expecting moms who are watching this video?
Just take life one day at a time. As it comes, just take it. You don't need to pressure yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. First of all, be thankful for the child, for your life, and for the life of the child. Then take a day as it comes. Don't pressure yourself.
Yes, no pressure at all.
Live in that moment. That's what I love.
All right. Thank you so much, Val. I also like Val to show us around her store. I'm currently at her store. She sells cosmetics, jewelries. Let her do the explanation herself.
Right. We sell cosmetics, jewelry, skincare products, hair care. So
Instagram handle is Val's Cosmetics Emporium. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, let's take a round.
Thank you, Jerry.
Aha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.